Hey, welcome back to I'm Falling Over. Welcome back to another House of Others video. I'm Grae Maer, Master of the House of Others, and I thought I'd take us out on the lake today, see what's up. It's quite beautiful. Well, I thought today we would talk about how to create economy through culture. How do we progress our economy in Aeternia and within the micronational community through the use of culture? So, I guess the first place to start in this conversation is talking about economy in and of itself. So what do we mean by economy? So as you know, the Aeternian Empire has a currency that it uses. It's the note, it's the imperial note, and it is a backed currency. And just because we have a currency, though, doesn't mean we have a functioning economy, trades and services and things going back and forth. So we do have in place a financial system, but what we don't have is individuals using that currency back and forth with each other a whole lot, and we definitely want to add to that and get more and more people involved within the economic side of Aeternia. So, though today we're not really going to be having an economics video, that is not my area. I'm in the House of Others, which deals with more the cultural, somewhat economic aspects, and so we're going to really just focus on that. However, yes, so Aeternia has its own note that it prints, and you can actually get it right online at the Etsy store, and grab your notes, and definitely grab more. And you know what? You go to the prestige system. If you buy a few notes, you can actually get your name up on the board, and you can see how who's the richest citizen in Aeternia. So that's always fun. Always buy some notes and get your name and see where you are on the whole big map. But so today we're going to be talking about what we can do as micronationalists and as those who are Aeternian, as Aeternians, to create our economies, how to generate economies through culture, and what can be done in that vein, in that aspect. I think the first step, step number one is just go out and do it, in the sense of go out and create something. And I'm not going to be dramatic with you here, but I am going to be incredibly dramatic. I did it! I did it! I made some. So, what I made here is a friendship stick, and I'll tell you a story about this and how it relates to how to create culture and how to generate economy through the use of culture. A few years ago, I was hanging out with a friend after work, and she was going through a bit of a time, and towards the end of it, she picks up a stick, and I'm not kidding, she picks up a stick and hands it to me to go to take it, and then she cracks it in my hand. And then she's like, now we have friendship sticks. And I was like, that is just the coolest thing on the planet. So that's what I made here. So I made a friendship stick. I don't know what all this extra is, but the whole point is you can sit down immediately and create a product, right? And just like currencies, the belief in that product, the value to the individual that is purchasing that product gives that product inherent value, right? So if we're here to boost our economies, transform our economies and develop our cultures, simply creating simple things, whatever it is, and getting them out to people, individuals that may not at first be interested, but you keep pushing your product, keep pushing what you're doing, and that creates that culture. That culture creates a demand. Like silly bands and fidget spinners, and I don't know what the latest hot thing is. Things have been calming down. I shouldn't say that. Knock on wood. But that's kind of like the first step. Go out there and create something. Create a product that has meaning to you as an individual. Now, I'm going to bring that into the aspect of culture a lot more than just the personal side. So number two is mind your culture. Be mindful of your culture. Some of the aspects, I won't get into a whole lot of it now, but there are some aspects to culture, mainly being your terrain, your area. That is a huge component to the culture that you have, your language, and also your religion. These aspects, these three particular aspects, I think have some of the greatest impacts on one's culture. However, what is the region of your culture, where you're at right now? What is the language that you use? And I'm not just talking like saying something, even if it is English, you haven't created a Konglang or something. Even if it's English, what kind of English do you use? Do you throw in slang words? Do you throw in a little bit of this and a little bit of that? Excuse me, a little bit of that. Your language, and also your belief system, and having your beliefs tied to a product. So so now, instead of creating a product, find something within your region that is really common and easy to use. So let's say you live where there is a lot of cattails, right? Well, there's so many things you can make with cattails, and just because you really use a product a lot doesn't mean you have to have your whole identity around it. So let's say you did make a lot of products with cattails. Well, it doesn't mean you're the cattail people now. It just means that you found a product for that. And I would then begin research and development on, let's say, cattails. Let's say you weaved a basket. It could be like a political basket. Every time you do your voting, you have to put your stuff in the basket, or weave this, or even the cattails. There's so many things that you can use with them. But that's kind of just a side note. But using your area to find a product, find something that you can do with it, right? Using your location. And then second, using your language. What value does this mean? So I could say like, this is a friendship stick, right? Now this isn't a lover stick, this is a friendship stick, right? And so denoting certain words to a particular item also gives it a lot more meaning. And then third, your religion or your belief about an object. So, let's say the friendship stick. In Achaean culture, that actually became something for Achaean culture because I was so touched by that. I was really touched by that. So that became like the friendship stick became a Achaean thing, but your religion, what does your religion say about a certain product? What about this thing is a good thing that enhances your culture's belief or your beliefs? And then just step 3 is take that product, make that product, and then reach out to other members within your community, your micronational community, and within the Aeternian Empire, and say, hey, I have a product here and I want to be able to start selling it, and find people that are interested in this product, or even make a few for free and send them to people. And that just alone, the creating of a product, giving that product a cultural value, and just getting it to people is going to be the first step in really pushing your economy, your self-growth, and your culture.